There are signs out warning of a smoke hazard because they're doing fuel load reduction. And I just heard an explosion, which means we're only, 4 kilometres, maybe 5 from the defence training. Anyway, the reason I've stopped here is I will mention I've put the new jockey wheel on, and it's not quite the same as the one that came off. It has slightly shorter teeth, but it does have that extra distance from there to there, whereas the original was a lot more pointier. I feel this one will cradle. Of course, I looked for the part number and all that stuff, but I really struggled trying to find it, and there are so many jockey wheels, the same as when I was looking for brake pads. They have so many different brake pads and calipers for these bikes. No wonder we're going through all the resources of the world. Anyway, so I've done a few tests. I did a few tests yesterday when I put it on, and I found a good patch of rough road close to home. So I gave it a good bounce. It worked okay, which is why I'm now heading out into the forest. And I should admit I only changed the bottom wheel because I was having a little bit of arthritis yesterday, and by the time I got that one on, I wasn't really in the mood to do the top one, which you actually have to undo and operate from through the spokes, because that's how you actually undo it. You have to come through the spokes to get access, and then you have to work this side of the bike. And I thought, I did have a good fiddle with the top one, and there's no movement in it. The bottom one, when I took the old one out, I actually pulled the covers off and had a good look at the bearing. It did have, I hesitate to call them rust stains, but it did have stains on the bearing, and there was certainly a lot of play in the bearing. So it certainly had a hard life. Let's see how this one goes. And with the short teeth, I'm not overly fussed, because remember, I have tweaked the clutch so that it is not bouncy. So that should sit quite nicely, and it has so far, and I'm already in the bush. Oh, he said. Anyway, I shall get back to you. I can see smoke up through there already, so I won't exert myself too much and breathe in too much crap. I'll get back to you. We do have brumbies ahead. I saw 2 walk from left to right, and I still have one on the left. So they're 45-50 metres away, closing. There you go, one on the left can now see me. Oh, one on the right turned its head, even though it's got its rear end to me. Oh, another explosion over in the defence. Oh, and there's another one off to the left in among the trees. I can see the rear end of. And an older foal off to the right. Hey fellas. So we're down to about 30 metres. They don't seem overly fussed so far. So there we got to about 25 metres from them. That's not too bad. And they're now standing in the trees watching me go past. So they'll wander back to their favourite chunks of grass. So we've got around 50 kilometres on the new jockey wheel. Everything's going well. Up to tour. I haven't been this way for a while. Let's go. They are doing some logging down into the left here. Hopefully we'll get out the other side of it. And back to Eco. Up the tour. Back to Eco. Let's have a look to the left. Let's see if we get down closer to the logging. So we have to go right here because that left would take me straight into a logging operation. So we're back to pine on the right, natural on the left. Nice bird call. Just skim the edge of that mud. Now we'll see how we go with this lot. Yeah, nice and firm. And even headroom. The area to our left is actually the scientific reserve called the lagoons. This had all horrible angles to hit. Alright. Oh, little web. Up to tour. This is going to get iffy. Oh, this is going to get horrible. Oh dear, let's see if we can squeeze up this side and then try and pick somewhere through here. Oh, okay. I'll stay on tour. This is sandy, lumpy, and a bit of muddy. And another web across the face, albeit only a tiny one. Oh, plenty of Brumby tracks through here. Okay, back to Eco. We've got to go high. Although the left does still look dry enough to not be a problem. tour. This is a bit soft. Deco again. We've got to go this way. If I go to the left, that'll be the back entrance to the lagoons. Oh hello, we've got something operating in the field to the left of us and it has headlights on. You know I'm a sticky beak. Pretty much straight in front, centre. It's just over the horizon. So that's obviously been planted, what, 12 months ago? Yeah, I can hear the equipment running. I just get curious about what they do. I just jumped a tour. Not the smoothest. Oh, okay, we have a massive logging operation up here. And it's signposted, so let's see if I can skim the outside of it. See if we can get a glimpse down to the left and see what that piece of equipment with the headlights was. So straight ahead we have a logging truck loaded. The green piece of equipment, which you could barely see if you're lucky, is what loads them. There's an empty truck just coming into line for him to load. No, Okay, let's see if we can squeeze through up here out of everyone's way. Again, the first rule is anytime you see a vehicle move, you stop, you get off the road. Oh well, I've bumped myself up to level 5 on the power. Right, let's settle in at tour. So these have been logged for a while because I can't smell the usual scent of pine straight after they're cut. We'll go left. That's where all the action is, just down to the left. There are signs just here saying no entry, so that means we'll be clear. Plus any loaded trucks that come out will go to the road behind us, because that's the way they go to the sawmill. Oh. Rightio, back to Eco. And I have absolutely no idea how long I've been recording. I've travelled a reasonable distance, so I'm assuming it must be a good 20 minutes plus. This area is home to quite a few brumbies. There are many family groups that actually tolerate each other because there's such good eating in this area. There have been times I've come through here and there have been no less than 30 brumbies. Up until starting to sweat. We're going to drop into the left here and then into a gravel pit. It's still there, so this is what I'm bringing you in to show you. That little compound, and you'll hear the noise, and it does have a sign, keep out radiation and laser stuff. Okay, let's stop, get off the bike, he said. Right. Straight ahead of us, as best I can work out, that's air quality. That's where the beeping's coming from. I've found plenty of these around the pine forest, but this is the only one I've found that actually has its own extra trailer setup. When I first started finding these, I went on to the Queensland government website to check for their dust monitors, and they have about 4 or 5 in Queensland, and none of them are in our forest. This is either a university project or something to do with the forestry maintaining and knowledge, shall we say, of the dust and the pollen. May even measure pollens, who knows. Anyway folks, this has been a very long video. Well, looks like we've got a few clouds rolling in. I may get wet. Very happy with the new jockey wheel. I shall catch you around.